Here we're going to continue with the pins. We're going to be pinning with the rook or the queen. So here's a great example of that. We got the pawn on e4 hanging and the knight is about to capture it. So as you guys can see, the knight from f6 can go ahead and take the pawn on e4. So at this point we can actually take advantage of the knight's situation as well as the king's situation on e8 and make a pin. So there's two ways to make, or there's two pieces that can make the pin possible. So you guys can go ahead and take time and figure out the answer. So there's two ways to pin the knight, and here we go. Rook e1 is one way to do it, where the rook is pinning the knight all the way up to the king. So that's what we call a pin. A pin is a way to restrict the piece that is being pinned, and in this case that's going to be the knight on e4. Now, why are we pinning this knight? Well, the idea is that the knight has no way to go. So even though those squares are available for the knight to retreat, the knight cannot move, because as soon as that is happening, the rook is making a check to the king. So it's impossible for black to actually complete the move. So rook is pinning the knight, meaning that, let's say black decides to escape from the pin and decides to go ahead and castle. At this point we can go ahead and capture the knight on e4 with the rook from e1. And this will allow white to win the knight on e4. Now, another way to pin the knight in this situation would be for white to go ahead and pin the knight with the queen from attacking the knight from e2. As the queen attacks the knight, same situation follows after castle. The queen will be able to come and pick up the knight. So similar to the previous position, the knight is not free to go, since it's actually being pinned at the moment by the queen. So the queen is pinning the knight up to the king. Now let's say we decided to go back and pin the knight with the rook, and black decided to defend the knight with a queen. Now, despite the fact that we can not win the knight right away, we're actually pinning the knight up to the queen. So the knight would still not be all too happy leaving. So for example, let's try to attack the knight with one of our pieces. Or let's offer a trade for the knight on e4, developing our knight to c3, attacking the knight on e4. So at this point, black has a choice of winning the knight on c3, but at the same time, as that happens, as soon as the knight leaves, either picking up the knight on c3 or moves, let's say, to f6, the pin holds its power, and as soon as that happens, the rook jumps all the way to meet the queen and captures the queen right there on e7. So rook takes e7. At this point, if bishop captures rook, we get once again an uneven trade where white wins a whole queen for a rook. So queen being 9 points and rook being 5 points. So in this interaction, we get to win, playing for white, we get to win 4 extra points.